Hi everyone, I'm Anna, your cinephile host, and today we'll talk about a movie based on the biography of a Nobel Prize winner mathematician, John Nash, and a Pulitzer Prize-nominated book of the same name, A Beautiful Mind. Although the movie amplifies the real life of John Nash, its twists and turns deeply touch the audience, leading to 4 Oscar wins and 8 nominations. Let's watch the movie A Beautiful Mind and see how Russell Crowe portrays John Nash. In 1947, John Nash arrives at Princeton University. He is a co-recipient with Martin Hansen of the prestigious Carnegie Scholarship for Mathematics. At a reception, he meets a group of other promising math and science graduate students, Richard Saul, Ainsley, and Bender. He also meets his roommate Charles Herman, a literature student and an illusionary figure in his whole life.
I need to look through to the governing dynamics. Find a truly original idea. That's the only way I'll ever distinguish myself. It's the only way that I'll ever...
Massive.
Watching Hansen and others publish papers, Nash is under extreme pressure to publish, but he wants to publish his own original idea. His inspiration finally comes when he and his fellow graduate students discuss how to approach a group of women at a bar. Hansen quotes Adam Smith and claims every man doing what's best for himself, but Nash argues that a cooperative approach would lead to better chances of success. Nash develops a new concept of governing dynamics and publishes an article on this later.
Adam Smith said, the best result comes from everyone in the group doing what's best for himself, right? That's what he said, that's right? Incomplete. Incomplete. Okay? Because the best result would come from everyone in the group doing what's best for himself and the group.
Ash, this is some way for you to get the blunt on your own. You can go to hell.
Governing dynamics, gentlemen. Governing dynamics. Adam Smith. What's wrong?
Yep, there we go. Careful, careful.
Thank you.
On the strength of his governing dynamics theory, John Nash is offered an appointment at MIT, where he asks Saul and Bender to join him. Some years later, in Nash's Illusion, he is invited to Pentagon to crack encrypted enemy telecommunications. Nash can decipher the code mentally, to the astonishment of other decryptors. He considers his regular duties at MIT beneath his talents. So he is pleased to be given a secret assignment by an imaginary figure, William Parcher, of the Department of Defense. Parcher offers Nash a job in which Nash would help him to decode the messages to detect a bomb the Soviet had been hiding. The code is said to be found in generic magazines, newspapers, and such. He is to look for patterns in magazines and newspapers in order to prevent a Soviet plot. Nash becomes increasingly obsessive about searching for these hidden patterns and believes he is followed when he delivers his results to a secret mailbox. Meanwhile, a student, Alicia Lard, appears. Nash doesn't notice her in the beginning, up until she successfully helps both sides of a negotiation in the classroom, which impressed Nash.
Thank you so much.
As you will find in multivariable calculus, there is often a number of solutions for any given problem.
Alicia later asks Nash to dinner, and the two fall in love. On his return to Princeton, Nash runs into his imaginary roommate Charles and his niece Marcy. With Charles' encouragement, he proposes to Alicia, and they marry. One day, Nash witnesses a shootout between Parcher and Soviet agents, and he begins to fear for his life. But Parcher blackmails him into staying on his assignment. While delivering a guest lecture at Harvard University, Nash confronts a group of people he thinks are foreign Soviet agents led by Dr. Rosen. After punching Rosen in an attempt to flee, Nash is forcibly sedated and sent to a psychiatric facility. Dr. Rosen tells Alicia that Nash has paranoid schizophrenia and that Charles, Marcy, and Parcher exist only in his imagination. Nash is giving a course of insulin shock therapy and eventually released. Frustrated with the side effects of the antipsychotic medication, Nash secretly stops taking it. This causes a relapse, and he meets Parcher again. Shortly afterward, Alicia discovered that Nash relapsed and flees the house with their baby. But Nash jumps in front of Alicia's car and tells that he has never seen Marcy aged, even though he has known her for 3 years. He finally accepts that Parcher and other figures are hallucinations. However, he rejects Dr. Rosen's advice.
No.
Nash believes that he can deal with his symptoms himself, and Alicia stays to support him.
Maybe the part that knows the waking from the dream. Maybe it isn't here. Maybe it's here. I need to believe that something extraordinary is possible.
Few years later, Nash returns to Princeton and approaches his old rival, Hansen, now head of the mathematics department. Hansen grants Nash permission to work out of the library and to audit classes.
Is something wrong?
This will be my first class.
Over the next 2 decades, Nash learns to ignore his hallucinations. By the late 1970s, he is allowed to teach again. And in 1994, Nash is informed that he wins the Nobel Award in Economics for his revolutionary work on today's game theory, and he's honored by his fellow professors in a symbolic pen-giving action in the school restaurant. Nash thanks Alicia in the ceremony when he is presented with the Nobel Award.
And I've made the most important discovery of my career. The most important discovery of my life. It is only in the mysterious equations of love that any logical reasons can be found. I'm only here tonight because of you. You are the reason I am. You are all my reasons.
The movie ends as Nash, Alicia, and their son leave the auditorium in Stockholm. Nash sees Charles, Marcy, and Parcher standing on the side and watching him.
What is it? What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Come with me, young lady. Incomplete. Okay? Because the best result would come from everyone in the group doing what's best for himself and the group.
Ash, this is some way for you to get the blunt on your own. You can go to hell.
Governing dynamics, gentlemen. Governing dynamics. Adam Smith. What's wrong?
Thank you so much.
As you will find in multivariable calculus, there is often a number of solutions for any given problem.
Maybe the part that knows the waking from the dream. Maybe it isn't here. Maybe it's here. I need to believe that something extraordinary is possible.
It is only in the mysterious equations of love that any logical reasons can be found. I'm only here tonight because of you. You are the reason I am. You are all my reasons.
Everybody is haunted by their past. When dramatized Nash sent out this message, he was full of remorse and repentance. Years later, real Nash and his wife died in a car crash in 2015. To honor his great contribution to our world, we created this episode in memory of his achievement in defeating illusion by his power of will. I'm Anna, your cinephile host. Thanks for watching today's episode. You can find more on Funday website. See you next time!